I love the energy. Kristen would be proud of you all. All right. Okay, so you guys get to deal with me today. You're very welcome. Yes. Lindsay and Kristen are at Mega Leadership Camp in Dallas. So watch out, guys. I'm laying down the law. Okay, but we have Peter here today for Fireside Chat. So let's get into it. First things first is we have a couple birthdays this month somewhere. Oh, anyone's birthday today? No, but we have Tony coming up, and then me and Judy have birthdays on Friday. Then we got Bryant on Saturday, and Lindsay is on Sunday. So everyone, wish them happy birthday. Thank you. Without further ado, Mr. Peter Chabris.
Guess whose birthday is today? Today, my daughter. 21. What the hell is happening? Well, you got a 22-year-old?
Turning 21 on Tuesday.
Oh, it's senior week in college, so all the classes got
She's having a great time.
She's never had drop alcohol before the church, so her virgin liver is in for shock. Okay, so I wanted to talk about expectation setting as it relates to buyers, and also how to set the stage so they're willing to compromise sooner so that they can get a home sooner. Because I think we're realizing that every buyer that we work with is discovering that they have to make compromises they didn't usually want to. They want to home. So I just want to teach you guys a sales tactic that we use at TCG that I think works really well. When you first meet with a client, the first thing you do is some rapport building, right? When you're doing your buyer consultation. And then you're going to do your sexy sizzle, where you talk about how awesome you are and get to know what their goals are. And that should culminate in a buyer broker agreement, right? Yes. Yes. After that, I think comes the expectation setting part. And the first expectation, have you ever gotten the sense that someone's got champagne tasting of your budget by doing a buyer consult? So I think the first thing to do is to handle that in the air conditioning instead of in the hot field, because as soon as weather breaks, it's going to be hot for 4 months straight. So great technique is to just pull up the MLS with them. Who was it, Doug, that was sharing this at our master class? Was it Krista? So Krista is one of our top agents. She pulls up the MLS, she doesn't include the price at all, and she dials in exactly what shit they wanted in the search terms. And then she just pulls up the results. And so they identify, oh crap, I can't buy what I want with my budget. I thought that was so smart versus Krista saying that's not gonna work for you. She just lets them discover in the room, in the air conditioning, without having to put 1 mile on her car. I thought that was brilliant. So that's your first alignment, kind of like setting your expectations around what it costs, what value looks like in today's market. I thought that was a great hack. Yes, sir.
Do it like every single time? or
She
just
does that when she's got some people with check-in things, yeah. So the next thing that comes from Jamar, who is our top buyers rep, once Jamar has done the buyer broker agreement, what he does is he talks about what it's going to look like to show houses together. And his language kind of goes like that. Hey, Hey, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, can we agree that the perfect home for your price range doesn't exist? What do they say? Yeah, right. And if not, you can do that exercise and show off doesn't exist. And so he will say like, okay, if we all agree the perfect home doesn't exist, we're going to have to make some compromises. We may have to pitch it that isn't perfect, that we can make perfect for us over time. So at the end of every showing, Mr. and Mrs. Buyer, I'm going to ask you to rate this home on a scale of 1 to 10 against what you're looking for at home. If it's a 7 or greater, I'm going to ask you to make an offer. Because we can't afford to wait for number 10 because there's so little inventory, there's so much competition. Frankly, there are things that we can change about the house once we're in it. Does that make sense? And what do they say?
Yes.
Yeah. And then what does Jamar do? Yeah. And then in the field, well, okay. If they're at a competitive price point, he's then going to set their expectations around what multiple offers look like. I'm assuming that's not the case. What is he doing at the end of every showing?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So instead of just me like opining for 15 minutes, which I feel like sometimes doesn't actually do anything for anybody, I'd actually like to break off into role play peers and just role play, setting an expectation with your buyer that can we agree that there's no perfect home, that we're gonna have to make compromises. And that if we compromise on the right things, we can make it a 10 after you close. And I'm gonna ask you to give every showing on a scale of 1 to 10, and if it's over a 7, a 7 or more, I'm gonna ask you if you want to make an offer. You guys want to practice that?
Yeah.
Nobody wants to? Perfect. We're doing it anyway. That's fine. So let's pair off, because this is a really powerful skill, and it will cut down your showings at least 50%. Good.
Good.
Okay.
Controversial.
When they do that, if they're like, oh, this is kind of already a 5, and just looking
For sure.
for like a 7.
Unless I feel like they're not seeing it the right way, then, I might say, well, yes, I see that, and here's one of the things you might want to consider. So, if they still say no, then bounce, right? Your time is valuable. Good?
Yeah.
All right, so it's 10, 10, at 10:15. We should be done. This isn't a very long script, right? Actually, let's switch to 10:15 and go to 10:20. Is that okay, Kate, if we spend a little bit of time? Okay, let's do it. Let's pair off.
Oh, you can do this, and we can do it. Or I can do this, you two, and then I can go over here.
Different? What's that? Oh, really? That's because I know you.
In Dallas this year. It's been like reading. Yeah. Yeah, I'll get back.
Role play partner? Okay, let's go. All right.
She's like, I don't think they go to the back. Like, I want them to come back on Friday and be like, wow. What do you mean? That's why this morning I texted Brooke saying where I want tip top shape. That wall. Okay, so this on the other side. She said come back probably on the weekend. All she said was that wall, and I'm like, I feel like that's a good band question. Or like, you know, the class teacher bed part of the student. Like someone working at your Are you gonna be able to do both of that? Let's get someone else to do it. What do you like to do? I can do most of the stuff. Like I'll just write. I have. It's not doing both at the same time. But sometimes they talk too fast, and I have to like say like how many bedrooms. I'm gonna raise my ears. Anything else work? Someone wrote a really nice review of my agenda last week. I have no idea who it was.
Okay,
I thought it was
everybody get a chance?
either Emily or I think
Oh, one more to go? Okay, you got 2 more minutes. Couple more minutes.
Dos minutos.
What do you?
Beautiful, Jenna.
And then it kind of makes me think of like.
You guys use
Okay.
Follow Up Boss for your one leaderboard thingy, don't you? Jealous of that. I'm jealous of it. Yes. Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to make something similar. Yeah, Command should be able to do it in a couple months. But for now, I just have that little Excel sheet and like it does it, but I created like this live Legion leaderboard. So when we put things, it tallies it over here to create like a first place, second place, third place kind of thing. Yeah, I usually put it on that too. Just a Google sheet. Okay. Jenna, do you have that Legion board? That's how I'm trying to figure it out, how I can constantly have it plugged in there. So I tried like live streaming it, putting it on there, casting it there.
Okay.
Really.
Everybody get a chance? Yes.
Oh, for us.
Good? Okay. How did that feel? Liked it? Liked it? Liked it? What about over here? Yes? Yes? Do you feel like you could integrate that into your fire presentation? Yeah. And that should cut down on the number of showings you need to do. Just gets your buyer to be aware of possibilities and you're doing more expectation saying you're not going to show them 27 houses, right?
And I really like you setting that number, because you're giving a measurable, like, I'm gonna implement the number thing. Because we do kind of do a little bit kind of what Jamar does already, but the number, that's really good. Like, hey, if this is an 8 or more, we should probably consider writing off. You know what I mean? Because that helps them too to know, hey, this is the kind of house that we should be writing offers on. Because, you know, versus just, did you like the house? It was okay.
Yeah, we talked about it going back to what they said it has to have. That, two measures.
Okay.
I don't know that we would make this up.
Okay.
And then just like making sure that they were,
So they're thinking back on
the descriptions will still match even up with the kids, each house.
I like that. We had another comment. Oh, by the way, I would use 8, I would use 7. Especially.
Oh, well, right.
Okay. All right. Well, because 7 is that nebulous zone where it's not going to be a plus. 7 what?
7-minute apps.
Oh, 7-minute apps. 7 minutes to me, like 8's gotta be an A.
Yeah.
And 6 could be like a C plus, but that 7 number, I feel like is a little bit complex. You can take a 7 for 10, I'm not sure you can take a 6 for 10.
Yeah.
And the 8's are rare and they're a 3 for. So that's why we like 7.
That's fine.
Yeah. But, yeah.
I talked to Darren about it, and I know that where I fell short is like, I feel like I said, if we have that perfect or ideal home.
Yeah.
If something is at a 7, is that something you would consider buying? Well, his response was like, I don't feel like I'm gonna put in an offer if I feel that a home's at a 7. What would be the response?
Sure.
Like that?
So, can can I coach you a little bit?
Yes,
I wouldn't lead with a yes, no question unless you know exactly what they're going to say.
okay.
So what you said was, can I think you said, will you make an offer if it's a 7?
Yes,
You give him a yes, no question. And then he's gonna say no. But
okay.
it doesn't feel comfortable to have somebody tell you that right off the bat.
Right.
So, but if you do say, listen, here's the deal, inventory is tight, home sell quickly, you don't want to miss an opportunity, they have to compromise. So I'm gonna ask you to rate each one of these on a scale of 1 to 10. 7 or more, so less. I'm gonna ask you to make an offer because we can take a 7 to a 10 after the closing over time, right? So as long as the bones are there, as long as the things we cannot compromise are in place, in today's market, we're gonna have to make some compromises, and that's why really it's incumbent on the fiduciary to ask you to make the offer so we don't miss out. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So we can make the 7 to 10.
Yes.
Yeah.
We can make a 7 to 10 after the closing as long as the essential things are in place. Great question. Anything else, questions, comments, thoughts, concerns? Pro tip. Play the part and dress the part when you walk into that consultation. If you're in like shorts and Birkenstocks, and you're telling people you're gonna ask them to make an offer about a 7, like that's not gonna go well. You've got to meet them a little bit higher in how you present it, right? It's like everybody here is dressed well. Like you're ready to play the role and be the person.
I said, thank God, because I didn't want to be that person you called out.
You're probably the lowest on the scale.
I'm okay with it.
So. You're all- But seriously, like, come to the shirt and tie. I like that. Right? Like, he's in to win. Did you have a consultation today? No, he's just playing to win. So, like, bring some pride, bring some professionalism, and bring some authority. Showing up dressed better than the person you're coming to meet immediately lends you some credibility and some authority, and it puts you in a leadership position just by nature of how you show up and how you dress. That makes them telling them, hey, by the way, I'm asking to make an offer. We've got an opportunity here. It's okay because you're doing it in the position of authority. Good?
Love.
Okay, cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Peter. Any ahas from that? I loved it. The scale, that alone, like, yes. Very cool. Yeah. Uh-huh. More intentional. Amazing. Yeah. Very easy to implement. Everyone should implement. Cool. Okay. Bucket fills. Who's got some love to share?
That's right.
Okay.
We closed on that farm yesterday. You helped me with.
Yay. Nicely done. Go you.
700.
Woo! That she is.
Was it a normal contract? I never sold or bought a farm. So is it a normal contract?
Yeah, but there was septic and there were a lot of, well, I don't even remember all the things, but there were a lot of things, so.
Amazing.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Who else? Yeah. Sure. Aw, anytime. 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 Yeah, I know. Amazing. Anyone else? Or just good things like Emily? Any good things going on? You're all miserable? Yes.
I'll give Craig in at the end, because I started it yesterday. He Craig will qualify people, but he's creativity out there. Stuff.
Like a client or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But Craig and Ann are great, and so they're here, I get all that, plenty of questions, so.
That's what they're here
appreciate
for.
that. Yeah, appreciate that.
Very cool.
I want to say, I know it was here today, but at Red Day last week, that was awesome for me, because I got to actually speak. For
Yeah.
Mary.
Yep, she's back there.
I was gonna say Mary.
You guys work together at the same little mulch pit, right?
She's the funniest person.
Right? She's a hoot.
We just had a great time, so it was really good for me to like, kind of just, there's a lot of people that I didn't really ever talk to before.
Heck yeah.
And she did an awesome job.
Yes, she is. I can't imagine what you two were talking about together. Yes, and that video that you guys did for Brian, I was cracking up. Awesome. Good to know, Darren. I'll put you on the list. You guys heard that first. Anything else? No? Yeah.
I'm a report. Team.
Amazing. Go Brian for your leadership. Anyone else? Cool. Okay. Well, I believe we have Miss Susan up for a fun little broker moment. Come on up and be fun then, girl.
How's everyone doing? Yeah, I think it is crazy in Cincinnati. We're all the insulate around us, they're not seeing businesses. So.
Do you want to sit?
So, we thought we were done with contracts, right? Did anybody get the email for David in Cincinnati about buying the contracts? So, it's not like we like all written it, and they pretty much have it. So. Another contract, whoa, so, can I go over the highlights? All right, you guys want to hear them? Yes, all right. Okay, so it's going to be a combined contract. The first thing is earnest money, they're removing default. We have it in our own time. So don't do that, it could go forever.
Interesting.
Yes, Kentucky already did that, really careful when you're writing contracts, do the time. Because I haven't seen it yet. Inclusions and exclusions, they added a hot tub and the standard property inclusion. Hot tubs are standard inclusions now. Right? Added hot tub to standard property inclusions. So we have to exclude it.
Oh.
Compensation. Add a statement, nothing in the section supersedes any existing. I'll tell you. Use clarification about license 7C or 7D. So we get that. But it's not what they want said, but they're making change. A new sentence. Is less than buyer owes and buyer. It doesn't say that now. Wow. So if seller's contribution is less than the buyer owes, under the representation agreement, buyer pays. Doesn't say anything about it. And we've got another work in progress. Commission, so if the seller's buyer's gonna be responsible for the rest of the money. It already says that now, but what we've been doing is amending it, so I have to keep better on it. Section 10, association, formerly it's called HOA, now it's called association. Changed all the references from homeowners association to HOA to association. So whenever you're reading anything about HOA, it will no longer say HOA, it will just say association. Added requirements
association fee on any of your communities?
Sometimes,
Condos, sometimes we'll have.
Landon's like that.
Yeah, you have to be really careful with that whenever you're listing condos or houses that are in planned communities.
there's only one space for HOA fees too. So if there are two, you only have that one space.
Yeah, but even if there's only one space to put it, you still need to add it in parks.
Right.
I'm getting ready to post one next week in Kentucky, and they're famous for this, 3 associations. So that's fun. More than the house payment, the Tiger Baby Association. Let's see, added requirement to disclose capital contribution required closing to be paid by the buyer. That is, Michelle, say something, you're looking at me like.
The buyer's gotta pay their.
They always did. They always did pay the capital. I don't think that's any different. But it's, now it's in writing. A lot of communities, whenever you join them, they charge you, it is basically an initiation fee to get into it. And I just did one of the lessons, it's $1,000. So they're pretty happy. Working. They updated the time frame for providing association contact info from 14 to 20 days. And I don't like that. Too long. Maintenance, added requirement for property to be left in broom swept condition at closing. Broom swept. Property survey, A, after item 15, for better formatting and clarity, so. Insurance verification contingency. Let me repeat myself, insurance verification contingency, our termination point, change fixed 14 days to a blank to a completed by agent, so you put your own number of days in there. Buyer must now provide written proof when terminated based on a contingency. Thank God.
Yeah, as they should.
As they should, yeah, we lost the lawsuit. Yes.
What do you suggest we put in?
What, for their investigation into insurance?
The amount of days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It changed, 14 days to a blank, so I don't know, I mean, it's gonna be the same basic, I think, talking to your lenders and finding out who they're going to be using for insurance and have them call and say, how long is it gonna take for me to get this property? Normally it doesn't take that long. Brian, does it? How long should it take to get insurance?
That's what we do.
Yeah, I think
Depends if you're doing 5 days, 7 days, 14 days.
Well, that whole inspection period.
Well,
so-
the previous that gave you also like an extra time.
That's what 14. That's what we've been doing.
Yeah.
I think it should just match due diligence.
Yeah.
I agree with you, I think that's great. And they have to provide written proof of terminating based on the contingency, which they did not have to do before, which was so stupid.
What if insurance pushes their hand right before closing?
What does that mean?
So if they decide to go look at a roof on a house, a week before you close the closing, they tell the house that they're not insuring the roof for the house that they need close to the limit. So technically, that doubles your job. Insurance is taking, and underwriting.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to couple of people, so if you don't have clearance on that, it's contingency, correct? Am I right? You're talking, all the people that have been around a while talking about this. I would consider contingency. I would just write an addendum that states that we are still investigating insurance. We still do this one particular thing come in, and that we can't clear that until we have it. I mean, how can you?
And that would have came up anyway, whether it's 14 days or however many.
Yeah.
Well, the roof stuff's gonna come up more often anyway, especially for listing agents. I don't know what the lenders have told, I'm sure the insurance rights told them that they've already sent out something last year as far as, insurance companies starting to tighten up on roofs, especially later in the deals.
Well, the thing is, you know, usually when we work with you, we have a couple people that we do insurance with. And what we like to do is, you know, we tell the buyers as soon as they get in contact, hey, please shop. But I have, you know, this person gonna write up a quote and send it to you so they can get it quickly. Because sometimes, you know, the buyers will kind of drag their feet. And they will hopefully, you know, our team that we align ourselves with we'll give them the quotes and troubleshoot the roof and some of that stuff early in the process so that they can kind of see it, right? So I'm not waiting 10 days. I'm getting the contract and I'm getting an insurance quote within a day or 2 days to show them. They may not use that same company. I get the quote for them, but they can notify me, hey, that you may have some issues with this house is way too old. I can't find an insurer for it, right? So it's just like setting expectations of, hey, this is important to make sure that you reach out and get your insurance quote.
Yeah, it's just like everything else. I mean, we have to push them to keep a timeline, keep them in their time frame. That's our job. That's what we get paid for, is to make sure that we don't miss contingency dates. If you do, you're screwed. Okay, I don't know how else to say it. And it can hurt your client and it can hurt you, because usually when we miss this contingency dates, it comes back on us. Both emotionally and financially sometimes. So let's just watch our contingency dates. Whenever we work in our team, the first thing we do is do the timeline, make sure the dates up and make sure what date is the last date, and just keep them informed. And if you guys want to check into this, it's folio.com, and if you connect that with your deals, it will follow the timelines for you, email you, and your client to provide those things. And it doesn't cost any money to do this. So if you're only doing the deals, it helps you a lot.
Folio with an S.
Folio.
It'll put extra stuff in the folders.
It does. It's awesome. I've used it for years.
Yes.
It's great. I mean, if you're doing a few deals at a time, it's pretty awesome. And it's worth the money, honestly. It's great. If the time frame is left blank or notice is not delivered, guess what? The contingency is waived. Title insurance contingency. Seller contribution increased from 300 to 500. Buyer now has the option to defer decision until they get through part of the contract. Entire section has been rewritten for clarity. I bet that's clear as mud. That would be my guess. I haven't seen it. Conveyance and closing. Added capital contribution clarification for alignment for section 10. Clarified that disclosure as an integral part of the contract. So agency disclosure now is listed as part of the contract. It always should have been listed as part of the contract because it truly is. So that's a good thing. It also says replace facts. So what kind of facts? Somebody asked me to fax something last week. I didn't even find facts. I have no idea. Replace fax or internet with electronic for modern communication. Indemnity expanded the whole harmless language for greater protection. Buyer certification, they added requirements to list all individuals with ownership interests, mirror sellers certification language. And the seller certification updated to reflect our rights. I like that. We're applicable. There's always questions about that. So those are the highlights of the changes. Until we actually have the contract again, that's what it's going to say. I think the thing that we stressed the most was the sections, because it's nebulous to the max. So these are the changes that we're at. Any questions, ideas? Anything?
Will that replace the current Cincinnati and the current Dayton? So that would be a contract.
That will be the contract according to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
So go back to the inspection for insurance. So if you don't put anything in there, you're saying it's waived. You can't really waive it because you can't get a loan on it if you can't get insurance. So then does your, I guess, financing contingency kick in? Because there's no way you can do
Yes.
that.
That's
It
what we've
should.
done.
Yeah,
We ran into that. At the very witching hour, literally, Bruce, 48 hours before we were supposed to close, we get a call, insurance says they're not covering the roof. We were like, what do we do? Because we were past our insurance thing. So we got it figured out, but we were gonna call it on financing because it was the underwriter that was having the problem with it.
Right.
So yeah,
Well, the other thing I know too is, so if you have a house and they say roof age unknown, that's gonna be a little bit red flag
Yep.
for the insurance, and you can be assured that they will have a hard time finding insurance for it.
that's what happened to us, the unknown.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're in uncharted uncharted territory right now. A lot of it we are have experienced it a little bit. But you know, it's just changing. I opened this the other morning, not expecting this. But you know, there's going to be changes. They're going to keep coming. I don't think we're through this whole thing yet. So we just have to go with it. You guys okay with it? Yeah.
I will say on the roof thing, if you have somebody that says, I'm out for the roof, there are roofing companies out there, and it costs money, it's not for free, but they will go out and they will actually tell you how old they think the roof is, how much life is left on it, and they will basically insure it, because you're paying money for them to go out and assess it. And that might also help with an unknown roof for insurance purposes.
Keep this in mind, guys, because you're gonna run into it, and then you're going to say, what was it she said in meeting that day? So, just keep in mind that there are, I'm not saying ways around this, please do not do that. I'm tired of answering questions about how can I get around this, we can't. So know the contact and efforts, that's caution, that's cautionary, right, to prepare yourself for it. But don't try to get around the stuff, it's going to come back and bite you every single time you do. So be very careful. Know this contract. Know the contract. The best way to keep yourself not bringing any money into it, money you're closing the kitchen, a mistake is to know your contract. If you don't understand something, call me, text me, send me an email, or somebody on the ALC that would know the contract as well, or somebody you know here, because it will keep you out of real estate jail. It will keep me out of real estate jail, and I don't have to work on it. So and I love that. I don't have to work on it, dealing with problems that shouldn't exist anyway. So, any questions on anything else?
You said they didn't do the date interview yet.
They didn't. They're all started training classes. Which none of us got information on. Did you guys get any information on training classes?
I haven't even seen the contract paper. I haven't seen that.
Yeah, there's, I think it's still, I think it's together, because now they're starting to teach kids, so it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. All the different things, so.
Well, Liam, you talk about the contract now, went from what, 3 pages to 13. Yeah. And now we're on board.
Button your seatbelt. Because it could be more, but I mean, here's the thing, I wish I could deal with inspections. That's all. Probably not, but very nice. I'll let you edit it, so it doesn't sound really.
My emails have a little twang of sassy in them these days.
Good, I like that. Anything else, anything further stuff we need to talk about? But remember, we're in an inspection period, let's just say general inspection period, or financing is not getting out, what do we do? Somebody extend it. Extend it. If you're not extending it in writing, it did not happen. Everything that should be done in writing. Can I stress that to you again?
Please.
When you're doing verbal negotiations on the phone, you are not compliant with the law, okay? So if somebody comes in and gives in a written offer, so if it's not in writing, you want that respect for fraud, the legal system. You know that? We're trying to do this. It lives. It lives for a reason. It's really hard to support something that is not in writing. So don't come to me and stuff that doesn't mean it. Put it in writing in the proper form. Keep it going back and forth to stay compliant, and then you won't have problems. That includes insurance. That's our job to make sure we say. Okay, right.
Beautiful. Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome.
Okay. What's going on? Jenna got crazy. Tech trainer. We have a message. Oh,
Oh, so then you gotta do that all over again.
you have a full room of people that need to relay that information so they learn it. So Jennifer, take a look at anyone in this room and ask. Jennifer will be coming to all of you, asking what Susan just said. Okay, Mr. Craig.
So just in other states, they're already, the insurance is already. So additionally, in Florida, coastal states, they would require the appraisal. Now they have their own. So I'm sure we'll start seeing something like that. So just kind of build on some of the stuff that's going on in the market, some of the things that we're. So this is real stuff. We have a bridge product. We have two examples of this. One, the debt to income ratio. It's not working. On a conventional loan, with the on that property that the party residents on a conventional loan that you don't qualify by stage their own empty. Conventional loan goal. We also have an option where we order equity from that home. So we take it out, do a bridge loan that was before standard program. So that's a big win for us right now. We've been using that a lot. We have cash offer program that's getting ready to roll out. So I was just confirming what the rollout date will be for that. We're just waiting on the licensing for Kentucky and Ohio to be finalized. If anybody remembers Keller Offers, this will be a similar program to what Keller Offers had back in the day.
No question.
Yes.
What is Keller Offers?
So Keller Offers was Keller Williams used to have vision, and they would basically look at the house and say, hey, we'll forward the cash, and then basically they pay us back whatever we buy. Without the agents, right, cash offers, so you get Keller Offers, Keller Williams first. So they had multiple different stuff. That went away. Keller Williams is trying to bring it. But so the other thing that we're doing is better market situation. So right on fence on bar. Use this for Bruce, Michelle, where we know it's a super competitive offer. So we do the upfront underwriting. Our upfront underwriting is different than everybody else's. Go ahead and do a TBD disclosure. So they do the intent to proceed, the sign, estimated dots based on their purchase price, the underwrite, credit, income, and assets, and signed off. What we issue is not a pre-approval at that point. It's a TBD loan. So this has been a major win. We probably got 3 contracts in the last 3 weeks just because we use this. So do we have to use it on everybody? No, but for a competitive price situation, I've used it a lot recently for VA. We have a lot of listing agents that are gun shy on some VA. So let's put our best foot forward to get those people a contract and competitive price points. So that's been the major win for us. So we're just keep bringing things that's going to help you guys win. We're also with the Agent Plus program, as people are coming on board, we're adding on the 3rd Tuesday of each month a grant session to help you guys pass your test. So
Thanks.
that's it. Anybody got any questions on anything or your programs? Yeah, we've been helping listing agents on the buy down program. Especially on the builder side, we've been seeing across the country, builders have been dropping prices. So if you're paying attention, well, the price drops are not moving inventory. So what's moving inventory is actual points. So the 2-1, 1-1 buy down
So we and Aaron are able to run numbers before you put the listing together. We have marketing capabilities to give you one by and say this is what the general cost of be. It's gonna vary based on the buyer. We do kind of worst case scenario. But it's definitely something to have a conversation for your seller up front. Do you do a $20,000, $25,000 price drop on $400,000 property? Or you just include $12,000 215 down from the start? So try to make it, as marketable as possible. So absolutely. So yeah, with marketing stuff that we put together for you, takes a couple days. Just let you know those things. Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you, Craig. This keep happening to me. Red Day. What'd you guys think? So fun. I liked it more than our usual last couple year things. Yeah. I know. Yeah. Some of us had some hard labor that we were doing, but I loved it. It was fun. Mhm. Did you guys like Mad Tree afterwards too? I love that pizza. It's some of the best pizza I've ever had. By a show of hands, really quick. Hey, one sec. Show of hands. We were thinking about, I know every single year we go, it's important and we need to do this more than just Red Day. So thoughts, how would you guys feel about maybe doing something like that again in like September? Yeah, like Cincinnati Parks. And then two, no, mulch season should be over then. But then going off of that, obviously we have enough time in between then. So if you guys go out and volunteer at different things and think that it would be a good group type of activity, let us know. Anyone, any good places for us to volunteer or maybe even use next year. We're always looking. Or two, if you guys want to take it upon yourselves and one day you're volunteering on a Sunday and want to throw it in the group chat or something and have people come. Anything we can do to help, just get involved. That keyboard doesn't work. You all can read the screen.
Oh, I have a quick question.
Yes.
So I'm going to pay for months for, do I need to do anything?
To start paying for your own account.
Yeah.
Once yours is shut down, you're going to see where it says you have a certain number of free loops remaining, and it's just adding your payment method and securing it.
I need your help. Can I do that tomorrow when I set the jet?
Absolutely. Yeah. Correct. Yep. Unless it's your own account. And then two, as a brokerage, we have, as you all know, we have access to every single person's loop that's ever created, your test loops, that's in obviously our system. I am in we have like over 30,000 different records, so it takes a while, but I'm in the process of having all of those downloaded on a file. And my goal is to then be able to give you guys hard drive files to have that safe somewhere if you guys need it. It's too late for that. But yeah, seriously, anything you guys need. I've noticed a lot of people are not scanning this or have seen this sheet that I bring up in every single one of my classes. Here it is. It's right here. This is a good sheet for you to help understand that a room in DocuSign was a loop in .loop. Like simple little verbiage like that might trip you up. This is a great sheet for that. Also, I am teaching another DocuSign class tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I saw Sarah Brooks commented asking if it was going to be an hour or more. I'm going to say right now it's an hour because I don't want to commit to 2 hours and not just allow for a free-for-all thing. I'm really going to try and keep it structured, and it's going to be how I do it. We start in Command, move into DocuSign, and follow that process. Once we get through the basics, if there's still questions and room to do like an advanced section for an extra hour, I'm going to decide that then in the class. Cool. KW Cares Month. So yes, Red Day is over, but we are still trying to hit a certain goal. I really want us to try to get to 1,000. Thank you to everyone that has donated to KW Cares. This is our link, donate, it's a year-round thing, but this month specifically, we're trying to hit a goal so we can get Mo Anderson to come back into the Market Center and speak to us online. Mega Agent Camp. Are any of you guys going to this? I know some of you go instead of Family Reunion to that one. Susan's going. Just Susan? Andrea, you're going? Perfect. And then 2, I don't know if I'm about to regret what I'm about to say, but I think Kristen has told you all, or it has been confirmed, that if you do have a guest that you want to bring, that ticket will be paid for the guest. And I think it's if you bring like 2 or 3 guests with you, then your entire ticket is paid for as well. So you have some time, August. So if you do want to go, there's ways to get you to go if you don't want to pay for it. May posts, I know we had this up last week, but scan it. It's great. I know I do not see every single one of you posting on social media weekly. So I'm watching. And I need, and it's 10:57. Everyone tell Kristen. But before we do this, I wanted to do kind of something new, but what are some ahas that you guys took from the meeting today? Things that you learned, maybe something from Peter, maybe something from Craig, maybe something from Susan that you guys are going to remember or implement. The scale.
Yeah, it's such an easy thing.
Yeah. Agree. Anyone else, or that was the best thing that we got? Yes. Bookmark it. And it's not just like comparisons, it also is like how to, like how you did this in Dot Loop, you're gonna do it this way in DocuSign. Yeah.
I think the common thing, I think I'm already seeing it for the spring market going into the summer. Buyers are coming out like crazy. I have more buyers than I've ever had. So I think kind of what Craig said, kind of what Peter said, I don't want to spend every way the day traveling. So if you can
Right.
get a program that can give a chance out or a bridge or set the expectation up front, I want to get them the first house that they make an offer.
Mhm.
3, 4, 5
Right.
offers. So,
Be intentional. Get them in, on to the next. Cool. Yeah.
One really great thing to do part of the fire discussion on the house is to pull up. You look before you can show them how to ask the house or not.
Yeah.
So if they're principals and tips, they were asked, probably not even gonna show the price.
Yep. Love it. Any other little ahas before I need? Cool. Don't go too quick. It's just Jenna. All right. What do you guys have?
I have a 2-family, Clifton, it's 3 bed, 2 bath upstairs, it's got that unit has 2 decks, it's got a 3-car garage, and it's a efficiency unit. $499. It's like Clifton over the Rhine, it's on the street called Water.
I know Plotter. Is that one?
Yeah.
Oh. All right.
I have a 4-bed, 3-bath ranch with a lower level. It's currently at the market next week.
Nice.
How much is it?
How much?
$499.
Where did you say that was?
5 range for a girl yard. 35.
Where is that at? US.
Tammy, what you got?
My Sturbridge and Nelson business is coming soon tomorrow, but it'll be live on Friday.
Great.
But
How many bedrooms and bathrooms?
it has 4 bedrooms and it has 2 additions. I mean, it's large with 3 baths.
Indiana Hills School District?
Yeah.
Yep.
Can you text me my address?
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy you and say, that's probably.
Okay. Yep. It's lovely.
Brian.
I have, it's a unique house in Cleves, it's on a little over 5 acres, it's got a pod. It's got 2,400 square foot garage, 10-foot, digging entire ceilings. And then upstairs, it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, like apartment, or like the house. The garage.
Big boy.
Radiant heat floors in it.
Mm.
640,000.
Any other halves? Should we jump into needs? Needs?
Need a run 2,000 Fairfield Township, all surrounding cities.
Fairfield.
2-bed, 1-bath.
How many beds and baths?
200. 2-bed, 1-bath. Nothing too crazy, but.
Yeah.
I still need, a 3 or 4 bedroom, 2-bath in Mason or Sycamore school districts. Basement door.
Still looking for the north.
Just put that out there, up to 600, just in case somebody needs to have something.
Yeah.
These contact me.
So 600.
Up to 600, yeah.
We'll find them that north facing door.
I know.
I get that though. I really do. Okay. Anyone else? Kurt?
A ranch on the west side, 400,000.
How many bedrooms? Yeah. Any other needs? Yeah. Anyone else? Cool. Okay. Anyone have any special announcements for things they want to make? I know Culture Committee has a Pride planning thing coming up tomorrow at 1. Cool. Yep. Building the float. So that'll be fun. Come to that if you want to be a part of that. Yeah. I don't think we have anything else. Cool. But if you guys hadn't seen, Craig brought some more yogurt, fruit and stuff. So definitely go eat that up. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you, my Zoomers. Don't be crazy.